Welcome to the Game Cave, where the adventure starts right here at the table. In today's episode of Kicking It with Kickstarter, we're going to be looking at a game called This Game is a Disaster. That's right, a game in which 2 to 6 players can battle it out using natural disasters. Watch out for the tsunami. Don't get shaken up by that earthquake. But I had the privilege of playing the game with one of the creators, and we played it on Tabletop Simulator last night. So let's go ahead and take our attention over to that video, so you may get a little better understanding on how the game is played. And this game is coming to Kickstarter, so don't forget to check the links below to find out how you can get yourself a copy of this game. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see more Kicking It with Kickstarter with the Game Cave, and you can enjoy some of our other Let's Plays and how to play games. So, without further ado, let's go destroy something. Alright, so we're looking at This Game is a Disaster. Now, despite the game, or despite the title of the game,
Yeah.
from what I was watching on your Facebook, the game looked pretty interesting as far as the theme. Won't you go ahead and tell me a little bit about the theme of the game, and then we'll get started. Some of your motivation behind it.
Sure. So it's kind of a funny story because this isn't my game to start with. The mechanics is how this started, and it was my partner Ben.
Okay.
Made this as part of a game design class that he was in, and it was this like semester-long project. So it was neutral and generic. I think he used like a garbage theme. Never even heard of. I guess Power Grid, there's some garbage in there, but you don't see a lot of garbage. But it wasn't a very exciting theme. And this all came about, it pretty much started a Facebook group. I have a Facebook group called the Board Game Club.
Yeah.
And just one day I randomly asked, hey, how many of you are working on games or have made a game or want to make a game? And I thought that maybe it'd be like a few people. But it was something like 90%, 95% of the people said they either were working on a game, had an idea for a game, had a prototype, and I was shocked by that. I thought it was just casual kind of players.
Right.
Interested in actually starting to make a game, and in part to help people out and just to go through the process. And then my friend Ben said, "Hey, well, I have this game. Let's put it together." And so then the interesting thing we did from there was we used the group, the Board Game Club, to do a lot of things, to pick the theme, to pick the title, to help out with the artwork, the play testing. So this is kind of like a crowdsourced game.
Nice.
And I like to say that my bet's here by calling it This Game is a Disaster, because if it does suck, it's like, well, it's in the title. And Board Game Club made it mostly, so
Yeah.
I can just blame. I don't have to take all the heat for it.
Yeah,
So.
I already warned you.
Yeah, I mean it's right there. You can't blame me. But no, despite all that, I think it's still a lot of fun. For what it's a fun card, little card game.
Yeah. What other than the group itself, I would assume that you're an enthusiast in the board game.
Oh yeah, the group I started. Pretty much, we had a very thriving board game club at my work. I work at a tech company.
Okay.
And, so a lot of fellow nerds. We play during lunch breaks, we play after work. Had like a golden age there for maybe like about a year or so, but then just things started to happen. Some people left, some people got laid off. Some people, went on maternity leave and all
Right.
sorts of things. So it kind of fizzled. And, I didn't really have anyone to talk about with board games too much. So I created the board game club and, just kind of attention into that. And it's, like around 4,300 members right now. And as you know, I'm sure people are just nuts about this stuff. So it's a great addiction to have.
It is. It is. It's an expensive addiction.
It is.
Um,
But that's why you have things like Tabletop Simulator.
that's
So you don't have
true.
to buy everything.
But I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. And I've said this multiple times on my stream, is if you're a creator,
Hmm.
you need to be on Tabletop Simulator or Tabletoptopia. Not
Tabletopia, yeah.
Tabletopia. For really one reason. A, you can prototype it out and you can test the game out with the world. And then the second most important one is, I don't know, I can count at least 8 games over there on my shelf that I played on Tabletopia or Tabletop Simulator, and I purchased the game.
Yeah, I think, that's probably what people would worry about. Say, well, if I put my game on Tabletop Simulator, then what's going to motivate anyone to go buy it?
it
But
it's
I
the
think you just said that's just not the case.
Yeah, no, it shouldn't be the case. I think I argued that point years ago. I don't. I'm sure you probably remember the music company. Was it Napster?
Yeah, that
Well,
was my college days.
yeah. See, I can't tell you how many CDs I bought because of Napster. Sure, I may have downloaded 3 times as many songs, but I downloaded a song from this group. I went out and bought their album because I loved that song. And that's the same kind of scenario we're looking at right here. Not to go into the politics of Tabletop Simulator, but if the game is good, I play it, I like it, I'm going to put it on my shelf.
Right. So someone who wasn't going to buy your game probably would never have bought your game.
Exactly.
Getting on Tabletopia or something isn't going to change anything. So
No.
yeah, that's it. We do we do print and plays. We have probably a dozen versions at this point. We just put it out there. We're not worried about people playing it for free, quote unquote. And if they want to, then that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
come
it,
on. So
and it's a collector style hobby.
Right.
So if they want the game, they're going to want the packaging, they're going to want the artwork on the box, so on and so on. So
yeah, and we're doing a Kickstarter. It's launching on Wednesday, and we're just gonna everybody who backs it, we're gonna put them in the thank them in the rule book and all that, and all our ambassadors and play testers and everything. So there's also a reason to get in.
yeah, no, I agree 100%.
It's fun to see your name in print.
It is. It is real fun. I have yet to see my name in print, but I can I can imagine.
You know what, Dave? This is going to be your first time. Then.
What?
You're gonna be in there.
I'm lonely in the cave. I don't get much stuff going down in here. But let's go ahead and run through it. Some of the basic rules here, so all the people watching the video or watching live with us right now can understand a little bit about what the game is about.
Sure. So this is it's a complete just card game. It's 60 cards, so it divides up between 2 and 6 players. You just split the deck equally.
Okay.
Card has something that happens. I should cover this. This is a disaster theme, and this is a natural disaster theme.
Oh, okay.
Vein of disaster movies, like particularly just crappy ones from like the late 90s, early 2000s. Like that's the
Yes.
sweet spot we were going for.
So we're going to see any Sharknadoes.
You may see some Sharknadoes.
Yes.
You may see some, Deep Impact kind of stuff. Some wildlife running around. All the tropes. This is very trope heavy. It's very tongue-in-cheek, comedy horror kind of
Nice.
vibe. And I felt like disasters aren't really represented in board games that much. There's a lot of
Right.
post-apocalyptic stuff, obviously zombies, aliens. space, fantasy, but just natural disasters didn't really, they don't show up much. So I figured, maybe I'll try to tackle this little niche.
And that's a
And
shame.
well, we're fixing it.
Yes.
Fixing it one disaster at a time. And the mechanics that Ben came up with, it was originally a trash theme, and it's a lot of like playing other people's cards, and so when coming up with themes, disaster seemed to make sense, and that one floated to the top.
Right. Okay.
So each card that you have, you split up the decks, and there's only two of us playing, but if there were, four people, we just split it up four ways. The division works well with 60. And the last person that has any cards, either in their deck or in their hands or discard pile, they win. So
Okay.
you're just getting rid of the other person's cards.
Okay.
Either everyone at the table, or just right now, one-on-one heads up. It's just you're getting rid of the other person's. It changes the dynamic a little bit.
Yeah.
So the kind of twist here is that discard pile when you play a card, but there's also this central destroyed pile, which is this. I made a little explosion kind of thing in the middle here, and that's where we'll centrally discard to if something says destroy this card or destroy your opponent's hand or something like that. That's where it all goes in this center pile. So.
Okay.
And things can come back from destroyed pile, just like in a, you think your dog's dead, but then he comes out from the rubble and he's okay, or you think your wife and children got hit by that meteor, but it turns out they were on the train, and so that kind of stuff happens. Like I said, we're very dependent on those tropes.
Oh, I was really hoping a Pet Cemetery reference was coming.
No disaster, no natural disasters in Pet Cemetery, but there's certainly lots of pets that are represented in this deck and in the theme.
Dang it.
It's happening.
Okay, so let's start it out then. Let's get this disaster rolling.
Right. So you're the tabletop simulator guy, so I don't know. Do you go? Do I go?
Oh, so I'm sorry, I should have said that. So I actually just learned 30 minutes ago that you can draw cards by hitting a number. So if we're supposed to draw 5, just hover over the deck and hit 5.
Actually, isn't there a split function? Because really we're going to split it. So if we just split it in two...
Oh, so we split the deck. So let's shuffle it. We'll shuffle it, and then... I don't know if there's an actual... Yeah, there is a split. It's looking like it goes through 10.
Yeah, so let's just split it into two.
Okay.
One.
There we go.
All right, you want to take the top? I'll take the...
Oops, I took only one of those cards, sorry. Hold. Yeah, you click and hold. There we go.
You can hold. All right, this is going to bother me if I don't twist it around, so I know enough about simulator to do that. So yeah, so you just pop it right there, and then with two people, hardly ever play two people, but I believe we get 5 cards.
Okay, 5 cards it is.
And you're able to look at them.
I just drew all my cards. Let me put them back.
Okay, so now if I flip these over, you can't see them, right?
That is true. I cannot see them.
Backs of my cards right now, right?
I cannot. They're all black to me.
All right.
I completely...
So you don't even see the back.
I completely...
Do you know how hard I worked on these cards, and you're just like...
I was sitting here trying to organize it myself, and I totally messed it up.
I think you could select like a marquee, like make a rectangle and select everything, and then group it.
There we go.
All right.
Okay, now let me select 5 cards. 1, 2. Those should be in my hand. Yeah, they're in my hand now.
Yeah, so I got 5 in my hand here.
Okay, 1, 2. There's 2. I'm drawing 2 at a time for some. There we go. Okay.
No, it looks like you're holding 3.
Oh, okay. I see what I did. Okay, there we go. We're good. Okay.
5.
Now I'm gonna flip. Can you see mine?
No, no.
Good. Okay.
Okay. Cool. Well, you can take a look at your hands and let me see. Able to see your hand, right?
Yeah, I can see mine. I'm sorry.
See.
Oof. Ooh. Sorry, I'm not very good with poker because I think I might just gave a lot away there.
Um, I mean, there's a lot of that in this game. This is a very destructive game, as everything implies. This is not friendly, non-confrontational. This is just, you know what? All right, so I'm just gonna play a card. I'll go first
Okay.
if you are ready. So how this works, and I should have little reference cards, but maybe I'll work on that. Um, our hand limit for 2 players is 5. So at the beginning and end of your turn, you draw to your hand limit, and that's it. You don't draw on other people's turns.
Okay.
So right now we have 5, so you don't start one. But if I were to play a card where you were part of like your hand or make you lose a card, you would draw back up to 5, and then you play a card, and then you draw back up again.
Okay, so you're always constantly going to have 5 cards in your hand.
As long as it just at the beginning and end of your turn.
Okay.
So if there were 6 people here, and let's say I were to wipe out your hand, you'd have no hand until your turn started.
Till next turn. Okay.
All right. So this is gonna be funny on Tabletop Simulator. So the first card I'm gonna play is. Now, can you see this?
I can.
Read it.
Let me go back over here.
I want to make sure people at home. What is it?
Okay,
Option?
run for your life. All
Run for
players.
your life. And
Oh.
the player to the left. And this is our box art too.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay,
These over.
so let me
And
okay.
hand them to you.
Let me ask you a question real quick before this
Sure.
resolves. Can I play a card that will cancel that?
The only card that you can play that would cancel it is that one. Yes, Deus Ex Machina.
And what's that mean?
Deus Ex Machina means God of the Machine. It's a term in like movies or literature where something happens that just like is nonsensical, but it like kind of like helps the protagonist, like moves the plot. Like,
Okay, I like it. I
you know.
like it.
So in that artwork, there's just a couple about to get eaten by some sharks and alligators, but a lightning bolt hits them. That's the example of a Deus Ex Machina.
Iron.
Thing that happens to save. Yeah. All right. So what happens here is this destroys itself.
Okay.
There's a few indicators here. It says it in the text card, and it has a red border as opposed to, you see, my card has a white border.
Oh, okay. So that would go in your discard. This red one would go into the universal.
Yeah, in the destroyed pile. Now, this would normally go in my discard pile, but Deus Ex Machina also destroys this, so they're both in here. All right, so that doesn't happen. So I just draw back up to my hand limit of 5,
Okay.
and it's your turn.
Okay, so let's go ahead and play.
So wait, so you start out by drawing your 5th card. 'Cause right now you only have 4.
Yes, thank you. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and play. Oh, and then I play.
Yep.
All right.
Tsunami. Show anyone watching what that one does. That's not a fun one.
That's definitely not a fun one, at least for you.
It's a fun picture, but it's not a fun one.
Right. Tsunami. Destroy all cards in target opponent's hand.
Yep. So that would be nice to have a Deus Ex Machina against, but I don't. So. And that just goes in your own discard pile next to your deck.
Okay.
Boom. A lot of stuff done. All right, you're getting the hang of this. All right, so now it's back to my turn. My whole deck. Draw back up to 5 again. The savvy person could keep count and see how many cards we have in the deck. Let's see. I'm going to play a volcano here. Take a peek at that. And destroy any one card cannot be canceled. So this card cannot be affected by Deus Ex Machina. So, hand. How do you do that?
Let me see here. I probably could just highlight it, I think, and then put it on the table for you.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, what don't I like here? Let's get rid of Twister.
Twister it is.
Twister. That's getting destroyed.
Okay, destroyed pile it is.
Yeah, keywords here are destroy. Anytime we see destroy, we always put it in caps. That goes to the middle.
Okay, I see it now. Good
Decks
call.
are getting smaller and smaller, and there's only a few cards that bring cards back into our hands. All right, so end of my turn, and your turn.
All right, let's go ahead and
Got a draw.
draw up to 5. All right, and do this. Okay. And you have the same cards that I have, is that correct? Well, per se. If there's multiple, there's a chance for us to get the same cards.
On different cards out of 60, so just about 3 of each card.
Okay.
Some are 4, some are 1.
I don't like you having cards at all.
So here's the thing. I want you to read that. This
All
is gonna be
players'
some
hands.
live play testing.
All
Affects
players.
you or not?
Yes.
Okay, because there was a lot of confusion. There was a playtest session last night, and people didn't know if it affected the person using it.
It says
I thought it
all
was clear.
players' hands.
Hey, then you're reading it right. Very
Yep.
good. Hold on a second. So that doesn't get destroyed because it's not a red border.
Yep. Okay. I'll get that.
Hold on.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna Deus Ex Machina it. Unless you want a Deus Ex Machina, my Deus Ex Machina.
I don't. I'll
Inception.
I'll let that one slide.
Don't let that slide. Okay, so this gets destroyed.
Okay.
Gotten discarded, but yeah. All right.
And that was your turn. And
We drop. You're getting it.
all right.
All right, so my turn. I'm trying to drop. I'm gonna play What You Got There, Boy.
Ooh, what you
Come
got
take
there?
a peek at this. I'm gonna take a random card from the destroyed pile, and it's gonna go in my discard pile. So, is there a way to pick a random card here?
I do believe there is. Let me see if I can find it. I thought there was.
I'll tell you what, why don't I just shuffle it and I'll just take the top one.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
And looks like I get looters. Okay. Fun fact, this is a local comic book shop represented in here, Cyborg 1.
Oh, local comic book store.
Yeah, I put a lot of local Easter eggs in here.
All right, so shout out to.
To Cyborg 1.
There it is.
In Doylestown, PA. All right, so this is going to go in. Draw up, and it's your turn.
All right, let's go ahead and sinkhole this thing.
Okay. So now how do I show you my hand?
I just highlighted them all and just put them over here somewhere or something. Drag them. That's what I did. I'm sure there's a way, but like you, I am not real familiar with Tabletop Simulator. I've only been on it for about a month.
I feel like if I were to spend a few hours Googling and watching videos, I could really
Easily.
figure this out. And I feel like there's a ton of capabilities here. With
Oh,
some practice.
it's endless. Let's go ahead and cards each right hand. Look at the opponent's hand and destroy any card. Yeah, okay. All players pass their hands to the left. You got another one of those run for your lives. Okay. Take a random card from a target opponent's hand and put it into your hand to destroy this card. Okay. Get rid of your tsunami.
Yeah.
Got to get rid of that one.
Waiting for you to, Alright, here, I'll just toss it. Wait, do I have 5 cards out there? One of them's not making it. Okay, there we go. That gets destroyed. It's got the red border.
Says border. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cues there. I didn't know if we were going overkill or... I mean, it is a thing that's kind of difficult to...
No, that's fine. It's I have a tendency of not picking things up immediately. By the end of it, I'll have it.
Yeah. All right, so you grab a card, and then I'll take my turn.
Okay, grabbing a card.
Right. Did my tsunami. Okay, let's do... This is a fun one. This is one of my favorite pieces of art here. The Sharknado, you can see. And I'm going to look at your hand, and I'm going to destroy a card.
Oh, okay. So let me put my cards out on the table here.
I like how when I look at your cards, it turns them upside down. I gotta get rid of that Deus Ex Machina. Get out of here.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've seen 3 of those already. There's 4 of them in the deck, so...
So we're getting her down. We're getting her down.
Come out early. All right, I'll take my card, and it's back to you.
So I seen what you had for these. There's one mystery card. I'm not going to use that card quite yet. So let's go ahead and. You know what? It's that time of the movie where we throw out an inspirational speech.
Okay, okay.
So I'm going to place these cards into my deck.
Mm-hmm.
Let me first flip them over, shuffle, and start a new discard deck. There we go.
There you go. And you draw.
Draw up to 5, and I'm done.
Yeah. So the idea there is there's a lot of cards in here that remove cards from your discard pile, and when they're in your deck, they're kind of safe. So if your good cards are out there in the open, that's where inspirational speech comes into play.
Nice.
And fold. Let's see. I'm thinking you might have a good hand right now, so I'm gonna do. We're gonna shuffle our hands together. It's starting with myself. Go here. So I think let's flip them over so we can't see what they are first.
Ooh.
All right, you want to do the honors? Shuffle them.
Okay.
Actually, I guess I should since.
Oops.
And this will be me. It's you. Me. And so on. And I think I end up with more. Yep. Okay, so you take your pile. All right.
Daggone it. Okay.
All right. So
I'm sure
then
you
back
lost
to you.
some too, so let's see.
So you start, you're going to take a card and then take a turn.
Okay. I wanted to first mention that card that I had that you so graciously took.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
feral dogs. I don't know what it is about that artwork, but it's cracking me up.
Well, we'll see when it comes out. We'll show the good people of the game cave.
All right, so let's go ahead and ooh, okay. It's time for a heroic sacrifice.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take this Delamaca
All right.
or
All right.
Deuce. You say do X. Say it one more time for me.
Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina. Okay.
It means God of the Machine.
God of the machine.
It's like a Greek something.
Latin probably Deus. Destroy. Let me go ahead and destroy a card here. And I'm going to destroy, let's say destroy, correct? Yep, destroy.
And you also destroy
that.
heroic sacrifice. So
Yep.
it is.
And
Anything to you? Is there anything on that card that stands out to you? It's like a little Easter egg in here.
let me look here. So I'm seeing.
There's a few Easter eggs in this one.
Oh man, I don't. I mean, I see a bunch of monster arms. Looks like the Black Lagoon, maybe monster.
Yeah, so there's some weird stuff going on there. The guy himself, I don't know if you're a Game of Thrones fan, but he's modeled after the character Hodor.
Hodor. Okay.
Or
Okay, and he's holding the door. Makes sense.
hold the door.
What about
Basically,
this?
he's the sacrifice. So in the story, there's always it's usually an older person that's sacrificing himself so the scientist can save humanity, and that's what's happening here.
Finish her work. So yeah, okay. I like it. I think I was going. I was trying too deep to find the
The hidden meanings.
hitting meanings. Is that a gremlin arm?
I just told the artist to go nuts.
Okay, so that was my turn, right?
It's your turn, yeah.
Can I go up?
Or
Okay.
let me do. So I take a random card. You cool with that?
I am. You just gonna take a random card?
I'm gonna take a random one. Let's see if I could. I don't know how this works. I'm gonna grab this one. Okay.
Yep. All right. Mm. Oh. Let's go ahead and do this one.
Feral dogs.
Destroy up to 2 cards at random from target opponent's discard pile.
Right.
So random. Let's just flip it over.
We can just shuffle it and take
Yeah,
the top two.
that works
Wanna do
too.
it? All right. Do it.
Shuffling now.
Sure.
This one and Sharknado.
Ah, my sharks.
And this one here's got a rock border, so it goes back in mod. There we go.
Yep. So if you drop, then it'll be my turn.
Okay.
But I don't know what is going on with the dogs in this town, but they are just on a tear. There's dogs fighting dogs. It's just really wild.
It's a dog eat dog world.
It's literally a dog eat dog.
So fortunately for you, I've only got 2 cards in my discard, so feel free.
Oh. There we go. Right. I'll draw up.
Okay, so I can see where this one here. I'm going to use a little strategy for this one, as long as you don't make me. Well, you're not going to, so I can actually. Man, I do not like randomness, especially when it involves my cards.
Yeah, it causes a lot of chaos in the game. Usually when there are more people playing games, cards like that kind of.
I'll let you. Looters!
Looters. There we go. Back at Cyborg 1. Discard any one card. You get to actually pick a card from the destroyed, from my discard pile.
Okay, so you got 3 cards left. I don't like it when you can look at my hand. So let's go ahead and get rid of Volcano.
Okay.
And it said destroy, so we'll put it right here.
Yeah.
And I have to
These things.
put this in my discard.
There we go. All right, my turn.
Your turn. Oops, I almost drew.
Two. I'm gonna do escaped animals just because you don't like it when I look at your hand. I only get to see 2 of your cards.
Okay. And this
The
it.
idea with this one. The idea with this one is these 2 people are the. So in this game, cards kind of represent people, and these are like your little ragtag group of survivors. So cards, one of them makes it, the other one doesn't, and that's sort of what's happening in this card. You only need to run faster than the person you're with.
That's true. And this guy here is really busy looking at his cell phone.
I know. During a disaster, no less. So you got emergency shelter. And,
You
gotta get
grabbed
rid of
the
Deus
one.
Ex Machina. That's the one that you reached for, too.
Yep.
Didn't you?
That's the one I was saving.
Saving. You're up.
Alright, so let me draw 2. You know what? Let's do it.
Run for your lives?
Yep.
All right.
So let me put this, discard it.
Yep.
Flip those over.
Okay.
And hopefully you've
I
got.
don't know how this one got wonky.
Hopefully you've got. What did I just do?
I don't know, we did something weird with the. Did you give me 5 cards?
I believe you should have.
4 because you
4.
played one.
Yep.
Okay,
That's what we did.
gotcha.
Yep. Okay.
You should have 5 cards, right?
I've got 4.
Huh. I should have given you 5. I think one of them that was like sort of wonky, twisted.
Let's see.
That should have been yours. Probably Twister there, right? Because you didn't play Twister.
Oh no, it didn't. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah,
Twister's mine.
yeah, that's yours. I am going to do another one of these look at your hand cards. Volcano. Can't be countered.
Okay.
You could even have a counter at this point. I think we've burned through them all. Alright, so can you show me your hand?
Let's do that.
Gonna get rid of Reunited.
Okay. Good move.
It's the part of the movie where, like I said, wife and your kids are still alive. Thought they died.
No.
Okay. Right, you're up.
Is this the alternate ending to I Am Legend?
Which one?
This Reunited?
Oh, it does kind of look inspired from that.
Yeah, that's the first thing I
I dig
thought.
it. I dig it.
All right.
All right, so you can take your hand back.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. And, oh, I get a draw, and... Okay. Let's go ahead and hijack your vessel. Take a random
There's one.
card from target opponent's hand.
There's one card I do not want you to take.
All right, so I've got a 1 in 5 chance. So
20%.
Yep, let's go ahead and do this in a gambling scenario. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, and take this card here.
Up to one.
Daggone.
And this gets destroyed, right?
Yep.
All right, it's my turn. I am going to play Rescue Mission. Card in the game. Tap the cards from the destroyed pile, max 10, to your discard pile, then destroy this card.
Oh, okay.
So there's 22 cards in the destroyed pile. I'd be taking 10 of these. Unless you got a counter.
I do not. I do not.
Right. We'll split this. And I'll take these and just pop them here. This one we'll just put back. Would have been nice to have you.
Yes, it would have.
Okay. So you can see that's a pretty powerful card. It just added 10 cards. And this is a good time of the game to get it too, when there's a nice big fat destroyed pile. It loaded up my discard, or my discard pile is now at 15. 2. So I'm at 24 cards total, and you're at 14 cards total. So if we were to tit for tat, then I would win this one. So you're in a bit of trouble.
Yes, I can see that.
In a game where there was more people playing, this would be a time where everyone would start ganging up on the person who has Rescue Mission,
Okay.
or trying to get Rescue Mission themselves out of that pile. Right. Your turn.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use a emergency shelter.
All right.
I can see how that might be for a 2-player game.
Yeah, for 2-player, it gets a little awkward.
Yeah, but it still can be viable. So,
Would just be taking a card then.
Yeah.
Right now.
I would just take a card.
Luckily, I have an emergency shelter killer kind of thing here, Earthquake,
Oh,
which doesn't target. It's just everyone. Just kind of affect everyone, like Run for Your Lives or Earthquake.
Yeah.
It still affects.
okay.
So you just lose a random card. I'm gonna pick one. I'll go with this one over here. Devil, Run for Your Lives. Okay, so your turn starts. That destroys itself.
Okay. We're gonna play this one.
All right. So pick 2.
I'm liking this one and this one.
Hmm.
Deep freeze.
Sort of the inverse of Rescue Mission.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and get rid of. Let's destroy. You wouldn't use that on me though, because
Not yet.
no. Destroy it. And you can have escaped animals.
Yeah. And that one does not get destroyed.
That's yours. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's mine.
No, that one's yours,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
right.
your discard. Yeah.
Confuse myself by drawing yours. Um, that's it.
That's it for you. All right, now it's on. Tsunami. Wait, shouldn't you have 5 cards?
Not unless I was supposed to draw last turn.
Yeah, you draw at the end of your turn.
Yep. Then that's the
Beginning
stuff
and end.
Okay. Tsunami.
Cards. Unless you got something to say about it.
I do not. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Does that say destroy?
Right, everything.
Okay. Let's just grab all of them then and go over here to this pile. There we go. That kind of hurt a little bit.
It's a tough one. On the bright side, you get a whole new hand.
That's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Give me something good. Ugh.
Not good, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Almost grabbed them all. I'm about to come back at you with another tsunami.
Ah, man. Dueling walls of water here.
Yes.
All right, I got nothing. Quickly get rid of my hand. Drag them all like so. And you draw a card, right?
Yeah. So the end game is no cards, right?
End game is no cards in your hand, deck, or discard pile.
Woo. Okay, let's.
So let's see. I am going to. I'm going to feral dogs this. The dogs are back in town. For your tsunami there, because we're pretty close to the point where we're going to reshuffle our decks. How many cards do you have here? 4?
4.
Oh, it's too random, right? Okay, so I'll shuffle them. It'll be the top 2 cards. Ah, did not get your tsunami. All right, so now my deck is out, right?
Yes.
Do is let's turn this over. And now my discard pile. What did I do? Something weird. There we go. Okay. And I take a card. Back to you. Ah, come on.
Yeah. Back to back.
All right.
It's a major crater that, not crater, asteroid that hit the water just offshore.
And it's just bouncing back and forth
It is.
between us. All right. Well, seems like the evened here a little bit. Things tend to pick up at the end of the game. Things start just getting a little crazy. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Trying to draw a card. There we go.
Boom.
Oh,
Back and forth.
well, the good news is, these are destroyed, aren't they?
Yeah. We got a meteor.
The good news is, 1, 2, and
Oh.
flip those over. We'll shuffle. I get all 3 of these cards anyway.
Yeah. So so you're getting a tsunami every turn.
Yep. Okay. Let's destroy some cards in your hand. we're gonna play this one.
Okay.
So, 2 cards at random. Then one of mine. Did it say one of mine at random? I believe. Yep.
Yep.
I want this one destroyed and this one.
All right. Out of here.
And you can pick one of mine.
Uh,
Not that one
you want to randomize them? Let me see.
though. Whew.
It's animals.
I literally
And
meant
this-
not that one.
Thought you were like playing a head game with me.
I was. Hopefully you wouldn't pick it, and
Oh.
you didn't pick it. Whew.
So, can you randomize your hand?
I don't know if I can or not. Tell you the truth. Let's see. Can
Doesn't
you
look like it.
Oh yeah, you can shuffle your hand.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I don't have a shuffle option.
Really?
Or do you select them all and then do it?
Yeah,
yeah, there you go.
select them all.
Okay, so Twister's going to go back in your hand.
Twister is going back in my hand. Okay.
All right.
My turn?
No, it's my turn.
Okay.
Let me go with... Let's see how you handle it.
Okay.
You're up.
Nothing I can do.
You still have to play a card, and if you can't target me, then you just play it to no effect.
Got you. Okay, so let's just... Boom.
But I still get to take a random card from you.
Oh, that was stupid, then, wasn't it? All right. Let's...
Oh, do you want to do... You can pull it back if you want.
No,
Or
no,
do
no, no,
something
no,
that's
no. That wasn't smart.
Oh,
Yep.
tsunami. Would have hurt. All right. So you get your Twister back. Under the last 3 cards.
Yep.
Do a shark. This gets destroyed. I look at your hand, right?
Yep. Okay.
How'd I get that tsunami?
Ah.
Right. Your turn. Mister. Your worst.
This one. This one.
Ah, those are good
Yes.
cards. Those are good cards.
And of
All
course.
right, wait, and then but then you're down to, so you're down to just Twister.
Just Twister.
I mean, sounds like this is about it.
This is final.
You know what? How are we gonna take you out? Quake? Should it be escaped animals? Want to go? How do you want to be remembered?
I would rather be trampled by an earthquake it up.
Earthquake it is.
Oh, through the hole.
Let's see. So I ended up the game with 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cards.
Oh,
So
wow.
not a huge disparity. Started with 30, 30. Yeah, it's almost half the cards, so. You know, most of that is that rescue mission. That's like really the card that's like game breaking, especially in 2-player games.
Yeah, you want that. You definitely want that card.
Yeah, it's like if you don't have it, you have to be like paranoid that the other guy has it.
Right.
And then once it's played, then you want to play cards like Heroic Sacrifice or Reunited to try and get it. And then you're like hanging on to your Deus Ex Machina. Like it's the more you know, the strategy creeps in. But if you don't know anything about the cards, and you just, you know, could just throw down random stuff and just play along.
What you say you're going to Kickstarter Wednesday, correct?
Wednesday. Yep.
Okay, good. And what do you have in store, or if anything, for like your stretch goals?
We really don't have any stretch goals. We were open to adding some, but it's a pretty simple game.
Yeah.
The one thing that we were thinking was just having a better box, like a telescoping box.
Okay.
Um, One thing that we were adding there isn't really a stretch goal, but just a tier is if people wanted to put themselves in one of the cards,
Nice.
really like, you know, dying, that's how I would want to be in there. You
I
know,
really
someone
like
that's
that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
get hit by something. So, um, if anyone has any suggestions, we're certainly open to it because, you know, we're just kind of, this is our first Kickstarter, so we're open to anything really.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, I'm looking forward to Wednesday then. I'll
Yep.
be in line. And hopefully you guys kick it off really good.
Yeah, we just need to everything out, get all our ducks in a row, and hopefully we'll do that. In one way or another, we're doing it. So
Right. I
we're
like
gonna
it.
make it work. Might be up late the night before, but
That's
it's
true.
gonna happen.
I guarantee you probably will.
Yes, I think that's just inevitable.
Yes. So if you got to work the next day, you might as well call off now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sick
luckily,
Thursday.
I work with one of the guys, so
Oh, okay.
one of us could cover for the other one.
There you go. That's how you work it out. Well, I appreciate you stopping by the cave here and showing us your game.
This is awesome. Thanks so much, Dave.
Yeah.
Great.
And like I said, I will be in line Wednesday to pick my copy up. So
Awesome.
until then, hang around and I'll do my closing and then I'll chat with you for just a minute.
All right.
Well, that was this game is a disaster. It was very fun. I like it. Don't forget Wednesday. I will link stuff down below. Once they go live, it'll be linked up and ready to go, so you can go check it out, get your copy. Until the next Kicking with Kickstarter, which I do believe is Monday morning, I will see you then. So until then, be well.